So I am reading Revolt Against the Modern World by Julius Evola, which he wrote after translating The Crisis of the Modern World by Rene Guénon. They are very similar, but they have a different way of looking at certain things. Like Rene Guénon talks about action and inaction. Julius Evola refers to a similar concept as being and becoming. These are both two natures. They are this dualistic way of looking at things. It's very Taoistic. You can think about it as the first awareness, the supreme tipping point, or even Tai Yang and Tai Yin, or heaven and earth, the physical realm and the spiritual realm. In Revolt Against the Modern World, Julius Evola talks about the idea that one could be born in one of these two natures, being a world of enlightenment and becoming being a world of mutability, and the idea that one can travel between the two. Going back to the example of this being heaven and earth, this is very similar to Yiddish, or if you want a more modern pop culture reference, this is like how in Avatar: The Last Airbender, the Avatar, it's the bridge between the spirits and the humans. I would consider this the known and the unknown in the hero's journey. This got me thinking of the anime Frieren Beyond Journey's End, the journey being the hero journey, of course. At the beginning of the story, Frieren is living as a hermit. She's already well into it, being 1,000 years old. She's already a pretty good mage and has already learned from her master. Now lives in solitude as a hermit, collecting spells in the woods. Much like the blind seer, the blind mentor, the hermit again. Even in modern terms, you can see this where Luke goes from being the hero to the hermit mentor in the Disney Star Wars trilogy, where the hero has to seek them out. This is also the state of being. She feels enlightened in the state, knowing all the spells she's collecting. This scene right here where Himmel, the hero, Messiah archetype, the hero archetype, asks Frieren to join him on his quest to slay the Demon King. This is her version of the call. This is where she goes from the known to the unknown, from the nature of being to the nature of becoming, from this enlightened hermit to this mutable hero. What the anime picks up, of course, is at the end when they go back to the known, back where they started after slaying the Demon King. It's Beyond Journey's End, and Frieren tries to go back to the previously known life that she used to have prior to this event. She doesn't really understand the significance of her hero's journey she went on, and that her new known world is the nature of becoming, not her previously known one, the nature of being. So she starts her own hero's journey, a personal one, to discover what it means to be in this new known world, this nature of becoming, being mutable after being in a nature of being in this enlightened Chronos, Saturnian stasis for so long. So her new hero journey is to retrace and learn what her previous hero journey means. What Frieren Beyond Journey's End is really telling us is, as long as we're on this side of the veil, as long as we're on Earth, our purpose is to be so mutable that we continually go on a hero's journey until we cross over back to heaven. So I asked Haven AI about this and brought up Ecclesiastes 3:1 and Ephesians 4:22-24. I also asked Haven AI about connecting parallels between Julius Evola's two natures, being and becoming, and the Bible, and it brought up 2 Corinthians 4:18, 1 John 2:17, 2 Peter 1:4. I then asked Haven AI not just to do Julius Evola's two natures paralleling in the Bible, but also the hero journey and the known and the unknown. It brought up Romans 5:12 through 19, Matthew 4:7, 2 Corinthians 3:18, and 2 Corinthians 5:17. This just reestablishes to me this idea that we're here on earth to go on our hero's journeys, to collect interesting stories to tell back in heaven with God as one. That we need to use the hero's journey as a North Star to do what we're fated to do, what we're destined to do, and wheel the most interesting story possible.